All right, hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel. It feels like it's been ages since I've just sat down and done a little chit chat video, so I thought that we could sit down and talk about some of my running favorites from this year. Well, both running and non-running favorites from the year 2024, and some of these will include some fun codes that you can use for Black Friday, which I think is a great time of year to save some money to get gifts either for yourself or for loved ones, family members, friends, partners for the holiday season. So let's just jump right into it. Before I get started, I do want to just note that I will leave all of the links for the products if you want to get some money off. Some of them are affiliate codes, which just means that I would get a little bit of money from that, which is always great, but I just wanted to be upfront about that and just be a little bit transparent. But I do want to share these because I do genuinely love them, and as someone who does get sent a lot of products, these are things that I've either genuinely bought myself or been sent and genuinely do love. So let's just jump right into it. First of all, 2024 was a big year. We ran 2 marathons, 2 half marathons, a 10K, a 5K, not as much as we did in 2023, but we had a lot going on in our personal life. I think that there are so many things about running that doesn't just have to do with running products that really help support and make your running better and just help you overall as a human function better. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Okay, so first things first, I think that one of the things that I really wanted to get on top of this year was sleep. In college, if you were like me, I used to be someone who would have like so much coffee per day. I'm talking like 5 to 6 cups. And I'm talking like before you think I'm crazy, it wasn't espresso. It was like house blend, like pot coffee. But I was someone in my university undergrad days where I used to have like up to 5 or 6 cups during like exam season, and I would just be studying and just drinking so much coffee, and then I would just like become low-key addicted to caffeine, get the caffeine headaches, and just like have the worst reactions whenever I didn't have caffeine after testing and exams were over, and I just had the most trouble sleeping. I remember I definitely got like around probably like 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night, and it just wasn't good, and I never really knew how important sleep was until I just like continued to get older as an adult, and you sort of learn just how much like the hours of sleep that you get per night truly impact the day that you're about to have, no matter what you're doing, even if it's running, just going out for a walk, going to work or school. Like it truly impacts like your overall well-being, your mental health, your physical health, everything. But I think that something that has really helped me, especially in the recovery process of training for things like marathons, is definitely sleep. And one of the top products that I have really enjoyed that I genuinely never knew just how much it would impact like my ability to sleep is my Lagoon Pillow. This pillow, I can't even like fit it on screen, but this is huge. It is the Otter. They have a couple of different pillows that they do sell, and you can take a quiz to talk about like your sleeping styles, how you like to sleep on your back, on your side, etc. I'll link it in the description box below. But this pillow genuinely has been life-changing, and so much so that I brought it with me and traveled with it for the Chicago Marathon. But like I'll just show you, like that is the thickness of this pillow, and it's huge, but it's so nice. And you can also like in this quiz talk about like the level of softness that you prefer, if you prefer a firmer pillow, a softer pillow. But like when my head hits this pillow every single night, I knock out. And I used to have so much trouble with sleeping, and I used to just skimp out on pillows and mattresses and just like not really think that much into it. And ever since I got my Lagoon Pillow, I have fallen in love with it, and I think that it's the best thing ever. So Lagoon are doing a Black Friday deal at the moment, so you can use code resiliencyinrunning and you will get $25 off of a pillow. So I will leave that link in the description box of this video, and you can go and check it out and see if you also would like to upgrade your pillow, because I have since binned my 25-pound Amazon pillow that I got, and it's just, I'll put a picture on the screen. Like it just does, the difference is crazy, and it just doesn't do it justice. Like it is night and day, like such different like sleeping styles. My neck doesn't hurt when I wake up. Like everything about it is just crazy. Chef's kiss. I love. Okay, next product that has really changed the game for me this year, and this is more, I'd say, in relation to like sleeping during the summer, because we don't have blackout curtains here. And so sometimes, like, especially in the summer when the sun is rising super, super early, I'm talking like 5 a.m. in the morning, it can be a little bit hard to try and get like a full night's sleep, especially if you didn't get to bed like super early the night before. And so I've actually been really loving the Manta sleep mask for this. And I actually also bring this with me to travel, whether it's for like long train journeys or flights. This is super, super handy because it basically acts like blackout curtains, where it just like completely blacks out everything around you without like kind of like being pressed up to your eyelids, if that makes sense. So the thing that is different about Manta sleep masks is that they have these little like eye like cups, is the best way to put them, or is the best way to describe them. But like these are all Velcro, so you can move them along to like kind of position it the way that you would like. But these are just really nice because you aren't necessarily, because like in the past, I never really was someone who enjoyed sleep masks, just because it felt like it was like not only pressing up against your eyes, but also you would still see like little bits of light, or like you'd still see little like hints of light, because it wasn't completely giving you that like blackout exposure effect. And I really feel like these have been such a game changer. This mask in particular is also like the music one. So I would use this sometimes in the summer when I can't get to sleep, because it's like either still slightly bright out, because I aim to go to bed around 9 p.m. most nights. And this is really nice because, as you can see, there's like a power button, there's volume buttons, and then on the sides, you've got these little things where you can kind of reposition where the music or the whatever you're listening to comes out of. This is like on both sides, and essentially I will use it to listen to sleep meditations, and it's really great for like using with the Calm app, for example. And like if I can't get to sleep, I will put this on to help like with that blackout effect, but also just being able to like put on a sleep meditation and just help me try and get to sleep has been so helpful. And I will like completely knock out and wake up and be like, whoa, what happened? But again, I do have a code with Manta sleep masks. You can use code Liz10 and that will get you some money off. And they have a ton of different masks on their website. So I would highly advise you go and check that out if you are also looking for a sleep mask of any sort, or if you're someone who travels a lot and just really struggle with like, especially on airplanes, like when you're trying to sleep on a red eye flight and they turn on the lights when you're like almost nearly asleep. This game changer. Okay, next product that I want to talk about is actually one that I am wearing. It is my Ultrahuman Ring, and I will just take it off to show you right here. I still have yet to do like a full review video on it, and I really do want to do that soon, but they are also doing a Black Friday deal at the moment, and I can't tell you how nice this has been, and I would love to compare this. I can't really compare this to the Oura Ring because I've never owned the Oura Ring, but as someone who did personally buy an Apple Watch Ultra 2 this time last year, I have ever since I started putting on the Ultrahuman Ring, I have not worn my Apple Watch nearly as much, because I genuinely believe that the sleep tracking, activity tracking, just like everything is so much better, but also more accurate on the Ultrahuman Ring, and I've just been personally really enjoying it. They also, in mid-November, came out with their most anticipated power plug, which is a cycle and ovulation tracker. And this basically allows you to utilize some sort of like a tracker without having to pay for it. I think one of the biggest perks of an Ultrahuman Ring is that, unlike the Oura Ring, you're not paying for a subscription. It's a one-time fee. It's the same cost for every single ring, and they come in silver, titanium, gold. There's so many different colors to choose from, and obviously you also get a little kit sent to you that has like a ring size kit that you can figure out like which is the best size for you. But personally, as a woman, this is such a game changer for me because it offers two goals of either cycle tracking or conception, with contraception management coming. It allows for you to actually predict your ovulation using biomarkers like skin temperature, resting heart rate, and HRV. And I've been someone who has used some of the more traditional like cycle tracking apps like Clue or Flow. They point out rightfully that those sort of apps typically have many flaws, as the calendar typically assumes regular cycles and kind of lacks real-time accuracy. And sometimes it's not super reliable, especially if you are someone who is trying to get pregnant or track like a pregnancy of some sort. So I've yet to try that, and I'm really excited to trial that soon. But I'm someone who is using contraception and is does have an IUD, but I've also found it really interesting that like no apps for me have ever been able to sort of like track that in a way for me, or like tell me, you know, to check your strings or to make sure when you need to go and get a new one, because certain IUDs only last a certain number of years. And so I've really been loving this. I think that it's such a cool little like tracker for health data, and I'm someone who just loves like knowing more about health data. So I've definitely been more so wearing like this alongside my Choros, which you can't see because I'm wearing a little jacket right now, but I have really been enjoying it. And I know that I've been getting some questions about it, and I do want to do like a full video reviewing it like on its own. I also do want to say that I did ask them regarding this women's health update that whether or not the data would be public, and they did confirm with me that the data of each user would not be public and will be encrypted as confirmed on the app and on the website. So I think that this is also just really important to note in light of recent events. But at the moment, they are doing a big Black Friday deal and offering 20% off, and you can use my code RIR10 to go and get that discount. So typically it is just 10%, but right now for the Black Friday sale, it is 20%. Okay, we're going to talk about more running stuff now that is more specific to running, and something that I think that we all just know and love are Shokz headphones. Now I have two of them right now. I have both the Open Run Pro and Open Run Pro 2, and I love them both so much. And I have since fallen so in love with these headphones that I actually got my partner Gabriel a pair of his own for his birthday as one of his birthday gifts, and he really, really loves it. I actually got him the one that you can swim with because he sometimes does swim. He also just is constantly like cycling or running. And so he's always like just really, really active. So even if he's like cycling and it's raining, like his headphones will still work. Genuinely, these headphones are incredible. I have worn them for like every single race since I'd say like sometime, I think just like I started wearing them this year. I did used to have the individual fitting ones and I didn't love them as much. I feel like because they sort of sat over your ear, like where you would typically put in an earbud, it kind of didn't allow you to be as able to be aware of like your surroundings. Whereas like these ones with the bone conducting style that kind of like sit around your ear are definitely much more preferable, especially as it starts to get darker in these winter months. There is sunshine today, shockingly, but typically we are pretty used to gray clouds and just darkness in the UK. But I think that these are really great to be wearing on your runs, whether they're in the morning or the evening, as they just allow you to be more aware of your surroundings and just have that second layer of like safety for both women and men and just any runner that needs that. I think that it's just super, super important to reiterate this time of year, and I honestly couldn't recommend them more. The battery life is amazing on both, and I think that it's just incredible that you can still be able to hear everything around you, cars, people, bikes, everything, and still be listening to like your music, your podcast, your audiobooks, whatever it is. So I did recently become an ambassador with Shokz, and I do have a code that is lizrunning, and you can use that to get some money off. And from November 21st to November 24th, they're offering an additional percentage off. So it'll actually be 32% off. So it'll be 32% off with my code lizrunning, and you can use this and apply it on your favorite headphones that you've been eyeing up all year. Honestly, I would go with either of these, and I actually don't really think that one is better than the other. I think that they're both really, really great, and I will continue to use them for all of my races as I have in London Marathon and Chicago Marathon this year. Okay, I am going to name some products that I don't have with me because our laundry bin is overflowing, but one product that I'm sure that you guys would not be surprised by is the Lululemon Fast and Free shorts. If you watched my race day video on Chicago Marathon recently, you would have seen that this was my first marathon, running 26.2 miles wearing flowy shorts, which is just crazy to me. I always used to be someone who thought that like because I have more muscly legs that I always need to wear like leggings or biker shorts, and I'm not trying to like downplay those products. I think that those products are still super, super great, and I love wearing them, especially in the winter, but in the summer especially, I want to be wearing the flowy shorts. And honestly, out of all of the ones that I have tried this year, I love these so much because not only do they give you just like so much air filtration because they're so flowy, but they just make you feel fast because they're like kind of flown up, and I just really love them. And I think the ability to like wear them and feel so confident, like there is such a level of confidence that it gives me. And I have them in the colors black and white, and I saw that we recently got them in navy in the UK, so I will be ordering those soon. But I really love them. I think that they're incredible. But yeah, if you follow me on social media, you know that I have worked with with Lululemon in the past, and I love working with them. They're such an incredible brand. The quality of their products is incredible, and honestly, I have worn the heck out of both pairs of these shorts, and I will be purchasing more this year and hopefully on my next trip to the US, because I know that they offer so many more colors in the US and I need them in my closet. And I am also unapologetically one of those people who will try to wear shorts for as long as possible in these colder winter months until I absolutely have to wear leggings. But I really love them so much this year, and I feel like they just gave me such a new level of confidence as a runner, and I just love them so much. Okay, obviously this couldn't be a favorites video without a shoe, and no, it's not the shoe that you might think. It is actually the Asics Super Blast 2. These shoes, honestly, I was so shocked by, and I just fell in love with ever since I put them on. You know when you put on a shoe and like there is no pain from the beginning, no discomfort, no nothing. They just feel so good. They feel so great on your foot, especially as someone who has a wider foot. I've talked about this in other shoe rotation videos. These are so great, and they serve a number of purposes, whether it's your easy runs, your tempo runs, your progression runs, even for marathons or race day. I've seen so many people wearing these more and more. I've even seen people just like out and about walking in them because they're so comfortable, but it's not a level of like super cushiony like cushion that it's like too soft or too much for anyone. There is like a really nice kind of feeling of firmness, but it also just feels like so light. Like I'll put on the screen how much these weigh, but these are incredible, and I genuinely love putting these on for all of my easy runs, and they just feel so great, and I will definitely be purchasing another pair once the mileage on these shoes runs out. But I couldn't recommend this more, and this is definitely my favorite shoe of the year. Okay, more products that I unfortunately do not have with me because they're all sweaty and sitting in my laundry bin ready to be washed today. But I this year finally discovered sports bras with phone pockets in the back, and this has genuinely been game changing for me, and I think that it's been like what has allowed me to also then change from biker shorts to flowy shorts. And I think that a big reason why I used to always wear leggings or biker shorts is because they had little phone compartment pockets either on the sides or on the back. And I think that for me, like whilst that's completely fine, completely comfortable, it is so nice to be able to just have the option of like changing that. And two brands that I want to call out here that I really, really love is number one, New Balance. I have two of the same sports bras in different colors. One's a maroon color and one's a black color. I bought the maroon one during one of their summer sales, I think, and I fell in love with it. I thought it was amazing. Yes, your phone gets a little bit sweaty, but like it's not anything that's going to like break it, or at least it hasn't for me. And I think it's just a really nice way to kind of like put your phone somewhere else on your body other than like your lower part of your body, especially as your legs are kind of the ones doing the most work during a run. And a lot of the times I'll put it, because it typically goes like down the middle of your back. I'll put a video on the screen, but like typically like because you put it down the middle of your back, I tend to not really feel my phone during my runs as much as you think you would. And I really, really enjoy that. And knowing that I could just like put my arm back and like take it out if I need it to take a quick picture or like anything or change the song. It's super easy to just like take, you know, in and out. And some of them also will have like more pockets in the front. I also know that I had another brand that does phone pockets with the sports bra is Nike Trail, and I really, really love theirs because they also have gel pockets in the front. Not only do you have that phone pocket in the back, but you also have like two pockets that kind of enter from here, and I can carry up to 4 gels in the front with my phone in the back, and I genuinely do not feel like a massive discomfort or like anything in my posture or shoulders or anything whilst I'm running. I really, really love it. Last brand that I'll call out is Cool Down Running for all of my US friends and subscribers who are watching. They are a brand that I recently discovered on my trip to Chicago, and I really fell in love with them. I think that the colors are so fun. The material is also so soft. I really, really like them. And I do actually have a code for Cool Down Running, which is resiliencyinrunning, and you can use that for, I think, 10% off. Okay, next favorite is Choros. I feel like that shouldn't come at a surprise, as I only just started wearing Choros watches this year, and I feel like they have really been a game changer for me. If you followed me for any amount of time on social media previous to this year, you would have known that my previously owned and loved Garmin watch definitely was not as accurate as I was hoping it would be. And this is not a diss on Garmin. Like genuinely, I am sure that if I bought a new one, it would be completely fine. But I was just curious to see what Choros was like, just because they were sort of like a smaller brand brand in relation to Garmin, and I felt like I didn't see like as many people wearing them. So when I was sent the Apex 2, I really fell in love with it. And then switching over now to the Pace 3, I really love just like how minimal and how simple it is. I also just have like a very simple watch screen that just gives me like very basic details around like step count, time, date, and percentage for battery life. But I think another thing that I really love about like wearing a Choros watch over my Apple Watch Ultra 2 is just like you can turn notifications off, and this is just like so much lighter. It's so much more simple, and I just really enjoy the combo of like wearing my Choros watch and my Ultrahuman Ring. Unfortunately, I don't have a code with Choros. I've been asked a number of times, and I've been told that in the UK we should be getting some sort of like a code or a link to give people a free band here soon with your purchase, but I couldn't recommend them more. The accuracy is crazy. I also will typically wear it in races with the heart rate monitor on my arm alongside the pod on my shoe. Both kind of give you a more accurate reading of your heart rate monitor, and also just like the pod really helps with accuracy with pacing, especially in big cities during like marathons or race day. So I think all around they're just a really cool brand that I've really enjoyed following, and there are a number of really cool elite athletes that they work with and that they promote, which is just really cool to know that like you're wearing the same brand as some of your favorite athletes. So I couldn't recommend them more, and I think that they're a great brand. Okay, I feel like favorite number 9 should come at no surprise, especially given that this is the only way that I could be as in love with flowy shorts as I am, being a girl with just musclier legs, is definitely Body Glide. I am an ambassador, and I became an ambassador just this year, which I think is really cool. Unfortunately, I don't have a code, but I couldn't promote the brand more, because as someone who used to chafe so much that it would lead to viral videos online on my Instagram and TikTok, because people were like, please just put on some Body Glide, as someone who used to only wear Vaseline. I have been so shocked at this product, and genuinely, as someone who bought this before I became an ambassador, like I never thought that like a product could like just genuinely take away chafing completely. And like at Chicago, something that I didn't mention was that I did not chafe at all, which is like the first time that I've had a marathon where like I just have no chafing along my entire body, which is typically not something that I can say as someone with like a bigger chest as well as like musclier legs. Like typically I do come away from races with some sort of chafing that I might not have felt during the race, but because I apply Body Glide under my arms in that area where your arms might like rub against your like side of your body, your armpit area, as well as obviously between the legs, it really has been such a game changer for me, and I really love these products so much. And genuinely, if I wasn't an ambassador, I would continue to buy them myself. Okay, and then last but not least, my last and final product of 2024 is Louise, and I am wearing the products now, but as someone who ever since I was little, I really I feel like I lost the femininity element of myself in being such a sporty individual growing up, especially a sporty female athlete. And I think especially when you're playing sports when you're younger, and like typically with like say soccer, you had to take out earrings, you had to take off necklaces, bracelets, rings, and everything. Because I spent so much of my childhood in sports, I feel like I just regularly and slowly over time just like kind of stopped wearing jewelry, because I just knew that I had to take it off so often. And I feel like ever since I stumbled upon Louise, it's been such a cool way to almost reignite that love for jewelry. And it also led to me getting my ears re-pierced this year, because true story, I literally stopped wearing earrings for so long and just kind of forgot about them that my ears closed up. But I did get them re-pierced because I was like, I fell in love with their necklaces. I wanted to try out their earrings. And so now I own some of their hoop earrings and some of their just regular studs. And I definitely have plans to get more piercings. Nothing crazy. It just maybe like 1 or 2 more little simple ones. But the necklaces, I have to say, are probably my favorite. I used to wear just 2, and one of them just has like an E on it for Elizabeth, and then another one is like a chain gold necklace, and both are super light. And at first I was like, wow, jewelry that is sweat proof, that won't stain, and that will just sit there while I run, like no way. And I've been so surprised ever since, like whether you're going to the gym, whether you're going on a run, like I've worn these for marathons and like so many races, and I genuinely just don't notice them at all. Like I think on your first run, you'll kind of like be like, oh yeah, I'm wearing jewelry and like something around my neck for the first time. But like over time, you kind of just like don't feel it, and over time it just like you kind of forget about it. And I also just love that like it's not something that I have to like take on and put off every single day. Like I literally just keep these on. I picked up another necklace recently at one of their events, and I love what it says on the back. On one side it has my initials, and on the back it says stronger than yesterday. And I actually just turned it so that the flip side is actually the front facing like part of the necklace for me, because I love that message of stronger than yesterday. I also have another necklace which really has such a meaningful message that means so much. Really quick, short, not sob story, but just like a really quick story before I close out the video. But when I was in my very first job and I was just going through a lot of hardship, my first manager was such an incredible woman. First of all, she's the woman who initially like encouraged me to run more longer distances. I was only running between 2 to 6 miles at the time, and I wouldn't really go past 10K. And she was like the first person to encourage me to train for a half marathon. So shout out to Jen. But also when I was leaving that job, not because I wanted to or she wanted me to, it was because of my student visa expiring back in 2020 and the pandemic. I was so sad to be leaving, genuinely, and she gave me this keychain that says she believed she could, so she did. And I know that that is such a cheesy saying, but genuinely, I kept that keychain on my keyring for the longest time. And I looked at it every single time that I was like, you know, struggling with, you know, trying to come back to the UK and like being someone who was living in America for a year during the pandemic, but like was really trying to come back. And then even when I did manage to come back, like still having that keyring with me, it holds so much meaning. So then seeing that Louise had a necklace that literally said that was so meaningful. And so I do save that for more special occasions, and I'll put that on. Like if I'm having a hard day or if I just need a little bit of inspiration, I love to just put it on, because I think to me, it just like makes me feel so strong and just like has so much meaning obviously behind it. But I couldn't recommend their jewelry more. I think it's amazing, especially for anyone who is athletic and just loves to work out, but doesn't want something where you have to take it on and off. It is incredible, and I love them so much. And I do have a code with them, and they are doing a big Black Friday sale. So I believe my code is just my name, Liz, but I will again leave the link in the description box of the episode. But they are doing some exciting discounts during Black Friday, as well as I believe that they do have a very new travel pouch, which is very cool, that I'm eyeing myself, that I think would be so cool, especially for traveling with jewelry. And I think that they just are a great overall brand. I've met the founder myself, and she is so incredible, and her messaging behind the brand is just so impactful and meaningful as well. So it feels really great to work with such a great brand, and I couldn't recommend them more. So if you want to check them out, I'll have the link linked below. Okay, that is everything that I wanted to share today in terms of my running and non-running favorites of 2024. I hope that you enjoyed this. I really wanted to make this at a time that would sort of make sense if you yourself were eyeing one of these products. I know that I get asked quite a lot like about some of these products, if I recommend them, if I have a code. And so I kind of wanted to like be honest and like share just how much I genuinely love these products, and B, give you guys ways to save money or to kind of help in your gift giving season. It's perfect for this time of year where you're looking for gifts for loved ones, family, friends, and I think that it's great to be able to save a little bit of money and shop at some of these brands that genuinely have such an incredible meaning behind them and that I love working with so much. So it means so much that I get to work with them, that I get to share them with you and promote them for you, and just be completely honest in my review of them. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and comment down below what videos you'd like to see next. If you have any other gifts or items that you think should have made my favorites list, what items made your favorites list, and anything that you would recommend to me based off of my favorites. But otherwise, I hope that you guys enjoy the video, and if you would like to see more from me, make sure to subscribe, because I come out with new videos every single Friday at 10 a.m. GMT. Otherwise, I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, and I hope that you guys have a great holiday season. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving with family and friends, as well as going into the holiday season in December. Whatever you celebrate, whoever you're celebrating with, I hope that you feel loved and cherished, even if that's just on your own this year. Just remember to give back to you as well, because I think a lot of us deserve a lot of credit for making it through 2024. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I hope that you're having a great day when you are watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.